Are breakups supposed to hurt this much? I mean, yeah, if you're a breakup is when two romantic partners decide it's time to separate, and even though they'll say it's mutual, deep down we can always tell who initiated it. Now, because a breakup can feel like all the mushy bits inside you got ripped out while they're still inside, but you're unfortunately somehow still alive, this is the stupid guide to surviving breakups. The breakup can actually start before the relationship. Like white people in the kitchen, if you're not compatible, you shouldn't try to make it work, because it ends badly every single time. I mean, just the fact that they're with you is already a sign that they have terrible decision-making skills. You guys don't need to be completely the same, but you should have certain things in common or complement each other. Your long-term goals, views on relationships, love language, and some morals need to be aligned or it's not going to work. Now, how can you tell a breakup is on the way? One way is, if you ask for an open relationship and they turn to look at you and say, "How did you get into my house?" That might be a sign that they're not taking this relationship as seriously as you are, and you should leave before you get hurt.
I came looking for booty.
Now, let's say one day you slip and crack the password to her phone. Then, you accidentally see her getting geeked in the group chat about how lucky she is to have a guy that's so sweet and charming and handsome. Exactly. Clearly she's either in another relationship with someone who actually has those traits, or she's a compulsive liar. Cut your losses, move on. Now, what if you met the girl of your dreams and you've been together for 5 years, moved in, and she says she wants to get married? I was thinking the same thing. Seems too good to be true, and you might wake up without a kidney tomorrow. Best to break up, change your identity, send me her number. Now you can tell a breakup might be on the way, but how do you tell it's actually time to break up? If the arguments have gotten to a point of being everyday, the important thing to decide is she angry, or does she just like angry doinking? If the doinking is hot enough, maybe you should stay and see how it works out. But the arguments that can never be resolved, that start over the smallest thing— Why did you just zoom in? Huh? Why did you just zoom in? Hey, it's cold in here, bro. Anyway, arguments that start over the smallest things, no matter how much you try to talk about it, might be an attempt to push for a breakup, when subconsciously, they're already checked out. This is the coward's way of breaking up. A lot of times, the person will flip the script to make the person who finally did the breakup seem like an asshole. The solution I found to the rumors is that I couldn't give less of a if I tried. Now, what if the magic that was there at the start feels like it starts to fade? In psychology, we call this a skill issue. As we know from Disney, true love loves all the time lovingly and never gets past the cupcake phase unless the evil godparent wants a piece or some shit, I don't know. Outside of La La Land, it won't feel the same as it did in the beginning, and now you've moved on from it being a Disney movie. You need to decide, are you in a Hallmark movie or a Tyler Perry movie? One other important thing to do is to check your stats. Health, wealth, mood, relationships. How many of these actually went up or down, and which ones actually matter to you? If you have less money than you entered the relationship with, you're probably the man. And if you have more, you're probably really hot. But maybe less money is worth the boost in mood. Even if your girlfriend charges by the hour, they don't call it a money shot for nothing. Figure out which stats went up or down, and if the ones you care about are down, then it might be time to think things over. Do you actually even want to be with this person? Or are you just there for the sake of being in a relationship so the cold darkness of loneliness doesn't consume you? Again, that's called sunk cost fallacy. Because you've spent so much time with this person, breaking up feels like that would be a waste of your time that you will never, ever get back. But in reality, sometimes you're only in love with the idea of the person, or a past version of them that's no longer there and is never coming back. You've grown apart, that sucks. But it's a reality you have to face, or you'll run into it by accident.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
So now you know it's time to kick them to the curb or disappear faster than their father did. So what is the breakup timeline and how do you get over a breakup? This is different for men and women because with women, you call your girls up, you drink and you shit about your ex for being insecure. Then immediately hook up with a guy that you told him not to worry about cause you're your own woman, like it's your body, do what you want, you feel me? For guys, you hit your friend up and say, man, I broke up with my girlfriend. And you have maybe 2 texts saying, that sucks. Before the immaculate roast session ensues, it won't be pretty. Because feelings are too icky to talk about in a serious way for too long. Step 1. The conversation. It's better to just rip the band-aid off than do it solely once you're sure that you want to break up. All in all, there's never really a good time to break up, so sometimes you just gotta say it. Psst. Psst. Break up. You and me? Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. We're separate people. Deuces. So just text, it's over. And if she responds, is this the guy that was in my house? Then you know she can't even keep track of the men in her house, so send her back to the streets. You have to list the reasons out and the pros and the cons because when you try to break up, your brain actually begins to shrink because of a neurological phenomenon called feelings. These make you stupid and give you selective amnesia. Out of the 50 fights you've had in the past hour, your stupid brain will only remember the one time they hugged you and showed you the love your parents never did and never will. Number 2, no contact. No, you cannot still be friends. This is propaganda. Get it out of your mind. It's not that you don't still love them, it's just that they're dead now. Delete, throw away, burn, give back, or store whatever reminds you about the relationship out of sight. Stop texting, calling, DMing, smoke signals, astral projecting into their dreams. I know it was you. Stop. You need time completely apart for healing to happen. You can't keep picking the scab off, you stupid man. It doesn't have to be forever, I would recommend it, but you need time apart to be yourself again. Now you can watch anime the right way because you know it's not a book, it's a show. I'm not about to argue with someone who just got broken up with, you single loser. Step 3. Realize you're not a loser. Step 3. Realize you're not a loser because you're single. This is the time to enjoy your own company. Go out with friends. We haven't caught up with Jack or Daniel in a while. Maybe hit up Johnny and just chill out together. Relearn how to do things you love just because you love them with the people who you love. Most articles I read in research for this said it's not advisable to try and get over someone by getting under someone else. Step 3.5. Get under someone else. Because those articles were written by nerds for nerds. Not you Rizzler. Sometimes you just need to be reminded that there are other cool people out there. This is not advisable for everyone because if you just get attached again or never address the issues, then you'll start a cycle of meaningless relationships and situationships which are somehow even worse to break up from than actual relationships in an attempt to fill the complete emptiness you feel knowing that you're not good enough for yourself. If you're still waiting for the joke, that's you. Moving on. Step 4. Getting over it. It's said you have to mourn the relationship for half the time you were together. In scientific terms, this is called bullshit. You're over it whenever you decide you are and you're ready to move on with your life. The breakup itself isn't usually as bad as the meaning and story we attach to it. If they break up with you, it must mean that you weren't good enough, or you don't deserve love, or because you look like God accidentally dropped the clay halfway through making you and just hoped no one would notice. And while that may be true, the breakup itself is just an event that happened. And you can decide to move on from it 6 years from now or 6 minutes from now. Do whatever you want. I'm not your fucking dad. Step 5. This is more of a bonus step. One of the most important parts of a breakup is figuring out what went wrong and how you can do better in the next one. I usually skip this step because how can you improve on perfection? But if you start noticing patterns in your breakups, maybe it's worth addressing. Now, this process is something you do until you either end up with a child or cat you treat as a child in a way that creeps your friends out but they won't tell you directly to your face. Or you take time to focus on yourself but realize yourself isn't that interesting. Or realize how bad a hand cramp can really get and your therapist tells you that you actually need to let things get out of hand. In any case, even though it feels like you got kicked in the chest by a truck, it's not the end of the world, and with time you'll get over it. And maybe even forget a lot of it. Comment your worst breakup story and hit that subscribe button to be a little less stupid together.